All right, friends, so today it's IT band. You've probably heard the term used before, IT band. All right, so this is a really tough layer of fascia that covers up the muscles on the outsides of your thighs. This is super tough and hard, and the reason for that is because it's a webbing that catches your weight as you step from leg to leg. If you're a runner, if you're a biker, whatever, if you're a human that moves on two legs, you will have tension through the IT band because it forms almost as soon as we're born, and as soon as we start walking, then the tension starts to form. So you've gotten muscle knots and stuff going on through there that have been forming since you were just a child. So the thing here to get is that this is a very supportive layer of fascia, okay? This keeps your hips and your knees and those joints kind of safe as it catches your weight, right? So I'm not necessarily a fan of going directly onto the side. You can, it's just you really want to be careful with what comes after you're rolling if you decide to go directly on the side of the IT band. So there's a couple of schools of thought. Go right at it or try to go around it and see if you can get the muscle knots in the front and the back. I'm of that camp. So the IT band sort of stretches from here. There's like some muscles that go down the side here. It kind of starts about right there and it runs down to the side of the knee there. All right, so again, you don't want to roll over joints. You want to keep it in the muscle itself. So I am a fan of not being directly on the side, but to be a little bit toward the front. If your leg had corners, it'd be the front left corner, if your left leg, front left corner and rear left corner, right? So I'm gonna work at the IT band from the front and from the back, rather than from directly on the side. So starting just below the hip bone, you want to get down on your foam roller, or if you're, being a little more aggressive, you're using the ball, that's fine too. Again, just be judicious with that. Okay, you're gonna start directly on the front, and then you're gonna tilt your hip up just a little bit on the right side if you're starting with your left leg. Okay, then you've gotten yourself kind of to where that IT band starts to begin and the muscle ends. Okay, so again, putting this up if you wish to put a little more weight into it. If it's sore, you're probably gonna have to, not put too much pressure on it because very often it's really tight. Okay, so don't go too crazy with it. Going straight down the side of the leg. And I like to kind of go in a zigzag fashion. You can also do the technique where you go side to side and pull the skin and the fascia away from the muscle wall. You can also roll, just like I did earlier for the quad rolling, okay? That's still a good technique here. And then once you've let it settle into the muscle fiber a little bit deeper, now you can roll on past it. You find another knot, hang out there for a little bit. Make sure you're breathing deep breaths as you do this. Very easy to hold on to your breath as you're doing your rolling and stretching, okay? So try to engage your breath as deeply as you can as you're doing this. And then you're just gonna continue in that same fashion all the way down until just above the kneecap. You don't wanna go any further than like right here. Much further than that, it's all tendons and connective tissue, and you don't necessarily want to roll those out because it gets very little blood anyways, so there's really no point in going into the tendon and stuff because they're not going to readily lengthen. The muscle fibers do. So stay in the actual muscle, don't get too close to the joint, and you should be in pretty good shape. Again, this is destabilizing. Rolling and stretching and stuff destabilizes your joints. So you always want to make sure that you're re-educating them on how to move and do their job before you go into doing an actual workout. That is, if you're doing this before your workout. Perfectly fine. Re-educate the muscles, do some squats, do some lunges, get them moving, get them working before you load your body up with weight and place further demand on it.